start. Let's do it again.
Oh, why would you do that?
See, it came out.
Welcome. This is Dr. Africa Live, and I am Dr. Melanie Stevenson, coming back to you. I know I was just here 20 minutes ago, but we are definitely trying to work the bugs out. We're trying to get everything going, and I need to hear from you. Yes, I have a computer sitting in front of me because I'm looking at a stream. I want to know, what questions would you like to ask Dr. Laila Africa and Dr. Stevenson, because it's all about you. We want to know what's going on in your world. So if you can and you hear us, you know what, chat with us. So Dr. Africa.
What we're trying to do is to help complete your understanding of health, disease, and wellness, and the obstacles you're trying to avoid. And that's what we're about, helping you to better obtain health. That's the whole purpose. So when you have questions or issues, we will address them, but the objective is to bring information to you in a form that you can digest. That's what we're about.
So on this segment, I would like to find out what's going on with you, the listeners. Is there something you want to know? Is there something going on inside of you that you're not quite sure of, that you want to ask us and see what we might think about it? What are you eating? What are you doing? Talk to me so I can see exactly how our communication is going to go. So, hi Fatima. And Fatima is saying, this was another test. You know what, Fatima? This is not a test anymore. We're just trying to figure out exactly whether or not we can get you on the feed. Do you have any questions, Fatima? Because we are here live, and this really is Dr. Africa. And we love you too, Major.
So we're trying to help you better understand your condition, your health condition, social condition, and how to go over the obstacles in your course of life so you can better obtain wellness. I know people are concerned about the various viruses that are going on, the Dinka and all these Zika and all these viruses, but the issue is they're using terminology that you don't understand. What is a virus?
So Jay Carter wants to know, what makes your eyes go bad, and can you correct them?
Oh, Jay, the issue is primarily in the world today, sugar in its various forms. The sugar sprayed on French fries is always sugar. That's the major issue with the eyes. Aside from the LED lights that are on the computer and on the laptops and on the cell phone, they decrease your sperm count by 50%. The LED lights mess up your timing, your sleeping. It gives you sleeping disorder, aside from causing cancer. So I'm saying the artificial lights on the computer and your flat screens and sugar.
So.
Yeah, remedies is what everybody wants. They want a remedy.
Right.
How can I live without my phone? How can I live without myself?
Right.
You can do that if you go to McDonald's, mind you. But nonetheless, we use eye bright tea and we use vitamin A to help with night blindness. So keep in mind eye bright tea and vitamin A to help you with night blindness and the blindness to the white light that is caused from your cell phones, mobiles, laptops, computers, and various other things that you're using and not aware of.
And Dr. Africa, don't you also have an eye supplement?
We have various supplements on the website. We have supplements that address your eyes, your reproductive system, because the brother would rather be blind than lose his reproductive system. We have things for cancer, arthritis, rheumatism, heart problems, hair, and for infertility. Just go on the website, lailaafrica.com.
Yes, and we have Fatima. She has a sister who has an open ulcer on her ankle, and she wants to know how she can heal it.
The issue is with the vocabulary. We're constantly using these words and don't know what it means. We're saying a sore. How do you heal a sore on your finger, on your toe? You're just asking about how to heal a sore. That's all you're asking. So don't get into ulcers and all that stuff, because what does that mean anyway? So we heal a sore by eating properly, getting proper rest, and exercising. If you don't have that foundation, anything you take is not going to work anyway. So let's just start with the basic. Get the proper sleep, exercise, and eat properly. Now, if you just want a remedy to go spend your money at some store without the foundation, fine. But that's not what I deal with. I deal with the reality of the situation. You got to change your lifestyle. to change a sore. But you can get some comfrey if you like,
Do you have a
glucosamine
supplement?
and chondroitin. And as I mentioned before, go on my website. You'll see the list of supplements I have to address various diseases, LailaAfrica.com. But the issue here is to get you information. That's all I'm trying to get.
All righty. Thank you, Dr. Africa, for that. So we have Liddell. He would like to know what's the best remover for parasites.
We're using these words again. Parasite. What is a parasite? Is it your enemy? No. Parasites keep your eyes clean. Parasites clean your brain. You cannot live without parasites. So don't try to get rid of any parasites. What you want to do is keep the population in control. You want your NSA agent here. You want to watch these Negroes called parasites. That's what I'm trying to say. And the only thing that can feed these parasites is white sugar, not eating properly, not getting rest, not exercising. I'm back to the foundation. So if you just want to get rid of parasites, fine. But you can do that with clove, anything with mustard oil in it, ginger root. There's so many things. But the issue is you can't destroy parasites without destroying yourself.
And Dr. Africa has a wonderful formula for yeast, and you can get it on his website, okay?
It also helps balance the parasite community. Doesn't get rid of the parasite. It just balances the community to get the thugs out the hood. Okay?
Okay, so we have, let's go. I'm sorry about that. We have major songwriter. My son is a kindergartner, and he's in kindergarten, has been having very difficult time keeping at bay the cold, flu, and fever. So he's had cold and flu. Okay, so this week he said we found out that he has pink eye, strep throat, and pneumonia. Wow, what's happening?
Pink eye usually can be corrected with vitamin A. What depletes vitamin A is white sugar, French fries, fried foods, milk, cheese, butter, bleached white flour. I'm back to the basics again. If you just want some remedy to keep buying a remedy after remedy without correcting these things, you're wasting my time. But nonetheless, we're going to use something to help this child out. And mucus-forming things are like cheese, which you call pizza. So you got to get away from those things that cause mucus. And your cereal in the morning with cow's milk. Keep in mind that a grown cow does not drink milk. And cows do not eat cheese. The only thing that does that is people. So you got to get away from those mucus-forming substances.
All right. So we have, I'm going to say Q Magic. Sorry if I messed up your name. He asked, does any alkaline food lose its alkalinity when cooked? And is eating alkaline food important for daily health?
We got to understand the basics. What is alkaline? Just tell me what alkaline is. Stop using these words. Electricity is measured in food, and we call a measurement alkaline and acid. That's a measurement of electricity in food. You cannot get rid of acid in your body. You will die. That's how you metabolize calcium. You can't do that. TUM stops your calcium absorption, causes bone loss. So don't think acid is the enemy and alkaline is the friend. Both of them are needed in the right proportion. That's what we're looking at, the right ratio and proportion. More than likely, the person is eating an acid diet, too high in acidity, which would be processed food. Oatmeal in the morning is very acid. Corn in the morning is very acid. Cornflakes, Wheaties, that's very acid. So more than likely, we have the corrective diet. That's what we have to do. But getting rid of that acid, and thinking alkaline is your friend, alkaline will kill you quicker than acid in chemistry.
What's really important is Dr. Africa has a holistic counselor course, and he teaches you chemistry. He teaches you how to look at the tongue, the teeth, the eyebrows. So when you look at the words alkalinity and acid, he takes the kind of like the guesswork out of it. So it's not like this big thing. Like Dr. Africa says, you don't want to be extremely alkaline and you don't want to be extremely acid. You want to be neutral, which is 6.4 in the middle, okay? So if you want to be further educated, get his Holistic Self-Diagnosis book. And he also has remedies in his health dictionaries as well. And he has a course where you can take at your own pace if you go to lailaafrica.com. And I do believe we were running a special for Black History Month. Basically, our course is $600. The regular cost of our course is $1,200. And I think that sale ends tonight at 12 o'clock. So if you're interested, that is more tools that you have for education. I have another question from Beans. She said, greetings. I was diagnosed with PCOS in 2015 and I'm having in-between bleeding and spotting. I recently got a pap smear done, blood work for my thyroid. Nothing came back except one small infection. What should she do?
What is PCOS? Talk to me.
I was trying to guess what PCOS
Don't
is.
guess, but tell us.
Okay, so Beans, I'm waiting for you to tell me what this PCOS is. Please, darling.
Yeah, I know what SOS means. All these letters. Tell me what you're talking about.
Well,
KCF?
You know what? You got both of us stumped on that one, Beans, and I'm waiting on you, darling. So whenever you come through, I'll continue your answer. We're going to go to the next one. Her name is Denise. She said, how can I balance my hormones? I have facial and chest hairs.
Well, basically, the diet you're eating has excess hormones in it. That's all meat and dairy. They put hormones in it to make the cattle and animals grow fast. So you're getting a lot of hormones that you don't need in the first place when you're eating commercial food. So maybe you're contributing to this breakout on your face with your diet. So you have to look at that first. Start with first things. Now the second thing about the breakout in the face is associated with testosterone, male syndrome, associated with stress. And a lot of stress, you're shutting down your female hormones, which people call estrogen, and you're raising your male hormones, which means you're raising the male characteristics, which means you're going to grow hair on your face. So maybe you have to look on your hormone issue as part of your diet issue to get out, and also the stress. I mean, the stress will cause you to go into what we call fight or flight, which is a testosterone-driven kind of thing, and lowers your estrogen. So maybe you're getting a lot of stress, maybe socially, maybe spiritually, maybe dietarily, maybe disease. I don't know, but we have to look at the whole picture. But nonetheless, you're looking for hormone balance, and we have a supplement for that on my website, lailaafrica.com. You go there and you'll see a supplement for hormone balance, which will help you get out of that situation.
All right. Well, thanks, Dr. Africa, for that. And Beans, I got your response. She was saying P. It stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Yes. Thanks for telling us what it stands for.
Thanks, Beans.
Now we know.
Beans.
Now we know what syndrome means. And syndrome means a collection of diseases that already exist. A syndrome is not a disease, it is a collection of diseases. So they're saying you have ovarian bumps, which you call cysts, caused by something that they do not know. But we do know you have a skin problem. And we do have a supplement for skin diseases on my website, lailaafrica.com. But the issue is, keep it simple. You have skin. Skin gets rashes inside the body. They call it psoriasis outside the body. They call it scoliosis inside it. That's just skin reacting in the way it should react. The skin is trying to get rid of the waste, which you call in a bump, which you call in a cyst. The cyst is not the disease, it's the reaction to the disease that already exists, is what I'm saying. So maybe we gotta look at your diet, actually.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Africa, for that. And Beans, I hope that was able to help you. We're going to go to, I think someone asked me, and I'm going to go back, Denise. What does an itching behind signifying? When you say behind, you mean like the buttocks. I'm going to take it that you mean an itching butt.
Oh, itching butt. Hopefully they're wiping themselves properly, because that will cause itch when you have some residue there. But usually it's parasites, and they will come out and cause you to itch. In other words, you're getting worms. And worms in the hamburgers, the fish, the tuna fish, the salmon, crabs, and all animals have worms. So if you're eating animals, you're getting animal kind of worms. So maybe you ought to look into not your behind, but your mouth. Because in order to get to your behind, you had to get to your mouth. So I got to look at your mouth, and controlling that diet much better But if you just want to get rid of some worms, we do have a supplement on my website, laelaafrica.com, for parasites and worms. If you look there, you'll see the remedy.
Wonderful. There was a couple questions I saw come through. Dr. Africa sells all his books on the website, which is laelaafrica.com. He also has a special going on right now where you can get a bundle, which I think is 6 of his books for $99, which you can't really beat that. And that is really not going to last too much longer. So I would just kind of like want to let you know that you might want to take advantage of that. Also, we have a bundle going on, and basically what the bundle is, you upload a picture, and once you upload a picture for $99, you upload the picture, we tell you exactly what we see for your body type. You have to wear clothes that are kind of fitting so we can see your shoulders, see your midsection, and see your waist.
Excuse me.
Yes.
No makeup.
Oh, no makeup, please.
Yeah.
Okay. So as well, once you upload that picture, so you'll buy the actual product for $99. Once you buy the product, they'll ask you to upload your image. You'll upload your image. We will get the image. We'll look at it, and we'll send you 2 products. What we see is the most pressed inside your pictures, and we'll give you a little bit of a synopsis of what we see. So again, that is called the bundle. It is $99, and I think that's going to last for like the next week and a half. So we have another question. Let's go to Fatima again. Why do black people have low vitamin D, high blood pressure, and diabetes?
Why are black people oppressed? That's what
Slaves.
you're asking me. You're asking me why black people are oppressed.
Right.
That's all you're asking me. You're having diseases of an oppressed people. We don't have access to the food that we once had
Right.
in 1920 when we had black farmers. But since We Shall Overcome came into existence, black farmers lost 50 million acres of land. So the question is, you're eating food is controlled by others because our life is controlled by others, which they call oppression or white racism and all these other social names. But nonetheless, getting adequate nutrients and adequate sunlight doesn't happen in the city because it's blocked out by the pollution. You can see it when you're a far distance from it. It blocks out the adequate sunlight. Aside from that, the lead in the water blocks out the sunlight too, and there's over 120,000 cities that have lead in their water, worse than Flint, Michigan, by the way, Baltimore, Philadelphia, a lot of cities. So the lead is contributing to the issue, as well as staying in buildings all day, which you call office, school, and work. You're not outside getting fresh air and sunlight, and that's a problem. So you have to supplement your diet, some people do, with vitamin D, or get proper sleep, eat properly, exercise, and you will be just fine.
And again, you're here at Dr. Africa Live in our segment, It's All About You. If you enjoy what you're hearing, let us know. If this is something that you want to see us continue, we'd like to hear your feedback. You can also go to laelaafrica.com to get any of our products. If you'd like to get a consultation just from Dr. Africa, all you have to do is go on his website, and there you can get his consultations, and I think your consultations are like $185, but he can tell you exactly what's going on in your body and what supplements you need to take for you, because of course there's no just one supplement fix all. I'm going to go to our next question, and it was basically, what's your comment on cacao, which I would say cocoa?
Saying cocoa?
C-A-C-A-O.
Yeah, cocoa.
Cocoa, you know, tomatoes,
Yeah.
tomatoes.
Cocoa is naturally bitter. If it's sweetened, it takes 10 times more sugar to sweeten cocoa. So if you're eating cocoa naturally, it's bitter, which would be alkaline, which you probably are. And so if you ask me about the cooked cocoa, which you call candy and cake and all that, that's cooked cocoa. That's synthetic. That's a whole nother subject altogether. If you're eating it raw and in its natural state, it's bitter. So we should call things by their right name. You're eating a synthetic chemical. And your question is, what is the value of synthetic chemicals, such as aspirin, Tylenol, and all that?
Not so good.
Not so good.
Right.
So ask the right question, but it's not your fault because we've all been miseducated, as the previous caller indicated. Vitamin D deficiency, some other things, constipation, farting, I don't know. It's part of being oppressed. It's not your fault.
Farting is oppression.
Yes, certainly is, especially out of tune.
Thank you, Dr. Africa. We're going to go to the next question. Robert. Robert said, I had a 20-pound tumor removed from my abdomen. I did not go back to the foods I ate before. However, he did it previously. I guess that's what he's trying to say to me. Is there a chance for the cancer to come? The cancer was liposarcoma. So you're saying a 20-pound tumor that you actually had removed was cancerous. I'm going to assume that.
I think you assumed the right thing. I'm glad he found out what was living inside of him. My God. The issue is that you're using these terms. Science is my business, and I'm telling you, what does cancer mean? They changed the definition of cancer in 1950, 1960, 1970, 2010. The pharmaceutical people changed the definition of cancer to expand their market. Cancer is a collection of diseases that already exist, what you would call a syndrome. Cancer is now an industry. It is not going away any more than AIDS, any more than measles. It's an industry, and they can't give up a $120 billion industry. And so you got to look at the industry that's being controlled and driving this thing called cancer. The cancer treatments are the same treatments they use in the ovens that killed the Jews. I was getting ready to say Jews. They killed the Jews. The same chemicals they use to kill the Jews is the same chemicals they use in chemotherapy. And those chemicals were tested in Somalia and Africa on black people first. They put us in the ovens first to make sure the chemicals could work. And every 3 months, black people only cleaned out the ovens because they didn't want the white people to know what was going on. We've been a victim of cancer since the day it begun. Cancer was promoted by a fella called Rockefeller. He called it Pujo, which he called petroleum jelly. He sold it as a cancer remedy. He started this stuff. Please, eat properly, get the right rest, and sleep, and you'll be just fine.
Thank you, Dr. Africa. That is hilarious. Drama, proof. I don't know where you're from. You said Memphis. Take your time and do your assessments. The more assessments you do, the better you get. Turn them in, my brother. Give them to us so you can actually get your practice started. We're rooting for you, okay? Our next question is fennel and chamomile tea okay for a 4-month-old to take? And that was from Madam 13 Allure. TM.
What's the form of phone?
What's the who? Fennel?
I know what hers, but she said something. I'm not clear.
For a 4-month-old?
Yeah.
A baby?
She asked me, is plants all right for a 4-month-old baby? Yeah, plants are just fine. Fennel, chamomile, alfalfa, they're plants, they're fine.
You know, one thing that I say when people ask me that is, you know, they give 4 months or so in babies drugs. They actually give them. So
6 months they give them insulin shots.
Right.
Did they ask them that? Is this all right for 4? In any case, I understand miseducation in science and medicine because I've been totally miseducated myself. Keep in mind that those servings you see on the labels, on the bag of peanuts that they serve you on airplanes, the servings are what they feed a 4-year-old child. That's how they calculate the servings of all foods on a 4-year-old child. Are you going to trust these people?
So yes, you can give your child chamomile.
Yeah, you can give your child plants. That's true.
Yes.
I mean, really.
Okay, so thanks, Dr. Africa. We're going to go to Michael. Michael said, I know you've talked about sun gazing as an ancient practice. What are all the health benefits of grounding? I understand it helps decrease cortisol and also balances electromagnetic frequencies.
Maybe around the 15th century, but now they suggested to children not to play outside because of the contaminants in the soil. So you go out there and get grounded, you're going to get grounded in cancer. The soil is not the same anymore. Those days are over. Those treatments you're talking about happened a long time ago when everybody was drinking spring water and breathing fresh air. You got to upgrade this stuff. You got to go to another Windows. My God, Windows 30,000 BC? Come on. No, don't do all that stuff. Don't drink pee. Don't go outside and ground yourself. Don't look at the sun because the sun is not the same anymore. They changed the whole atmosphere.
Okay, so my question then is, how do we, in this particular century, how do we ground ourselves?
I wish you luck.
Damn.
All I can tell you is do the best you can in the circumstance you're in. I prescribe diets for people in jail. I don't tell them to escape jail and get some organic food. I just tell them to deal with the situation they're in. That's reality. Let's keep it real.
And, well, okay, we keeping it real, Dr. Africa. I appreciate that. The truth is nigh, you know. My brother or my sister, we love seeing you. Thank you so much. And we appreciate being that natural weed for you.
Natural weed?
Yeah, he said it was Dr. Africa lying. He said, wow, this is better than weed. So I just said we was the natural stuff.
Organic weed.
Organic, yeah.
Yeah.
So, the next one, we are going to be winding down. I'm going to take maybe a couple of more questions. Our next question is, let's see, Reginald. Hey, Doc, what do you think of high-fat ketogenic diet? I heard that good fats aren't bad for you, for your heart, and that years ago the sugar industry shifted the blame years ago. Your thoughts?
He's totally correct, and I don't know what he's calling good fat. Maybe he's talking about the black ones behind or something. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yay!
Because all fat was made by God. It's according to how you're using the fat. Brown fat is high in children, and yellow fat is high in adults. Brown fat lowers your insulin level, and that's the fats that you want. And you can only get that from eating properly, getting a proper sleep, and exercising. You want to increase your brown fat. And that's done by eating properly. Do I sound like a scratch record?
Yeah, we like it though. Mix it some more.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
Well, we're going to take our last question from Melanated Music. What is the common cause for psychosis in black people? I'm in my 20s. I've tried taking more vitamin D, getting more sunlight, and stop smoking marijuana. Go power to the people. I don't know what else to do. Help them out.
Oh, well.
He said he stopped smoking weed.
That's a major step.
That is.
I mean, eating weed and using it as a tea, fine, but when you burn it, that becomes a synthetic drug, and that's the problem. You're doing all the things correctly. You just need to add probably a multivitamin and mineral plant-based and probably some raw protein powder to your diet. But you're heading in the right direction. You just need a little refinement, and that's why we have the bundle sale on my website, which is lailaafrica.com, and we have books to help you further your knowledge and your steps to wellness. But you're in the right way. Just don't try to do everything at one time. Take a baby step and move on.
And you know, I always say, just one more Dr. Africa, because I see Antonio Valentine. What can vegetarians eat to gain weight for muscle and strength? I get this question all the time.
I don't know where they want to gain weight from. Let's keep it clear. The muscles that you see on those people that go to those gyms are Greek muscles. You can look at Bantu athletes' statues, my size, taken out of the pyramids. They don't have no muscle looking like no Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, whatever the man's name is. Those are Greek muscles. You want muscles that adequately do what you need to do. So you do have to do some stress training, doing some exercising, but lifting up weights, man, you're never going to lift up that much money in your life. Keep it real. So, but nonetheless, I suggest you try that, and don't worry about whether you got muscle and how big it is. Worry about the quality of your life, like Martin Luther King said. Life is about the quality, not the longevity. You can live till you're 100 years old with Alzheimer's, but who want to talk to you?
On that note, we appreciate all of you and your support. If it not be for you, it wouldn't be us here, okay? If you enjoyed this stream, please share and let people know that Dr. Africa is going to have these streams. We'll be going on live again tomorrow morning, and we're going to kind of work some more kinks out. So thank you so much. We hope to see you at our website, which is lailaafrica.com, to get anything that you want, from your herbal supplements to your books. If you want consultations, if you want to get a class, anything that you want, go to the website, lailaafrica.com. And for those of you who don't know, I'm going to let Dr. Africa spell his own website.
Oh, that's nice of you. However, we have quite a few CDs and DVDs, and Dr. Stevenson's is on many of them. She's quite knowledgeable, and I'm sitting here just trying to support all the information she has to offer. So don't think you have to come to me with all of this stuff. She knows about people who need to scratch their behind, please. But nonetheless, the website is lailaafrica.com. ILAAF as in freedom, RIKA.com. That's LailaAfrica.com. We appreciate them.
I would like to say thank you to Jamon Lewis. I'd like to also say thank you to Kwame. Thank you so much for your help. And I'd like to also say thank you to Marlon and Kwame Williams, Marlon Stevenson. Thank you so much, because if it not be for these group of people, we wouldn't be here today. And Dr. Afrika, thank you so much for supporting me. It means a lot to me.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate all the help we get.
Until tomorrow, you have just seen Dr. Afrika Live. Thank you so much. Take care.